I noticed the fall winds coming in and really blowing the crap out of that flag. Of course, those trees. There we go. So that's the mix master that is before the tollway before Carrollton off of 121. It's a mixed master that basically crosses over 121 and connects the tollway to Carrollton, but I won't be going back to Carrollton. Just dropping off Linda. I'll be headed to this Texas Motor Speedway to work a shift, and then back to Fort Worth. That was the old way I used to go to get back to my apartment at the mansions. Now we're headed this way towards Texas Motor Speedway. So that way goes to 121 and this way goes to 35 south. And leaving Carrollton and headed to the Roanoke South Lake area. All right, so we're right by DFW Airport and we're headed to South Lake for Food for Friends. Deliver food at your doorstep. It's the airport. I don't see any planes. There's a plane way over that way. Can't see it in the sky there. And we're off. Well, we're actually on, but we're headed off. We're on our way. It's a better way. We're on our way. Oh, look who came into the picture. Good old critter. How you doing, kitty? Glad to hear. Okay, kids, we kind of have a scary one. This is off Hillwood Way in Bedford. It's a pretty good one. I like the witch. Beware of the dog bit the sign off. Wimbledon is where we're at. And Hillwood Way. Pretty good one. I like the buffalo too. It's kind of cool. Boo. So it looks like Wimbledon Court has it going on. That's where we're off of right now. This is 3814. Not too shabby for Halloween. when you walk up this way. See the dogs up this way. This one's actually quite kind of creepy. A little bit creepy there. Like this horse and somewhat armor on the front of it. Pretty cool. Wimbledon Way in Bedford. I like the mummies on the door right there. It's pretty cool. It went all out right here. Things like 10 feet high. That's very high right there. It's pretty cool. Well, we got some Boston Market in Hearst. We'll pick that up and drop it off at the doorstep. Bedford. Just like Bedford Jail, where John Bunyan stayed for a temporary time during the Great Plague, during the Red Death, the Black Plague, as they say. And John Bunyan wrote Pilgrim's Progress, our first novel, in Bedford Jail. True story. About 1660, around 1665, around that time. Some say 1666. That's when he wrote it. It was about Christian's journey from the city of destruction all the way to the celestial city. It's quite the book. I played Christian in a play. And Apollyon. Played both of the characters. Anyway, you should read it sometimes. Those guys are the fastest in town. Pretty quick. Got it 2 minutes early. What's funny about Tony is because I sat down when I was younger. I was just out of college in my 20s. The guy sat down with me and he said, look, make up your mind. What do you want to do? Do you want to work in the food industry? Or do you want to get a headshot and become an actor? It was a long time ago before I ran off to Los Angeles. Now I'm delivering their food. But I'm delivering their food and on a YouTube show. So I guess it's the best of both worlds on that one. We got one at Panda Express, so we'll be dropping Panda Express at someone's door. Food for friends. Well, we made it to Panda Express. We're gonna pick up this order and drop it off at someone's doorstep.
You ready?
All right, thank you. All right, we're headed across town in Bedford to drop off some Panda Express. Looks like a storm up ahead. So we're headed on Brown Trail and Norwood. We'll be there shortly to drop your food right at your door. Panda Express. So that's Uptown Boulevard. I'm on Pipeline Road. I was raised right down kind of in the neighborhood over that way in Hearst. I was very young. I had a doctor down there that said, well, I had a doctor down there. His name was Dr. Golden. And I was also, I went to basically like a preschool right over down that road too. It was pre-K is what they called it. Thank you. Food is a wonderful thing. Food, what is it? Food, glorious food. Well, we got some Brooklyn pizza. We'll be dropping it off at someone's door. And we're just gonna keep on going. Regardless of the odds and the child support and everything else that they need, we're gonna do our very best. Try to give everything what they want so everybody is happy. Everybody's gonna try to get what they want. My major argument that I would bring before the Supreme Court about changing child support laws is, what happens if the father's no longer around? I mean, what happens if there's some type of accident and the father's no longer around? Can the woman still claim some type of child support from the government? Then why make it punishment for the living father, the father that's already alive and doing what he can to survive in the world? Why make it a punishment? Especially if she doesn't want to have anything to do with the father. So why make it a punishment? And, you know, if something did happen and he did pass and the father was no longer alive, she would still claim child support anyway until the kids were 18 from the government. Who would pay it then? Right? That's my argument. We don't need to punish the man for the woman's abandonment. It's not the man's fault that he cannot change her or think for her. It's what it is. It's a cruel and unusual punishment. And people that have gone through this, they should be able to basically they should be able to sue the government for cruel and unusual punishment. Everybody knows that. Ever since I heard about it, ever since I was a kid. But you know what? When I was a teenager and stuff, I did fear that. Well, what about child support? What about she leaves and she goes for child support? So I didn't have any kids in my 20s. I didn't have any kids in my 30s. Finally, in my 40s, I realized, well, you know what? I'm still a struggling artist, but I got this little job at the bank. We'll just go ahead and have kids. And I did, and I'm glad I did it because now I'm a father. But that's my argument. If I wasn't around anymore, she's still going to claim money from the government anyway and get welfare anyway. Why punish the father? When you stop doing that, when you stop punishing people, it's cruel and unusual. And it's something that Gerald Ford came up with in the 1970s. It's wrong. It's wrong. And we have to stand up against it. Eventually, we do have to stand up against it because it is wrong. Especially for people that are in hardship. They don't get all the nourishment that they want. Right? Buying groceries for me right now is a luxury. Okay? I had to move into a place that's almost half the rent of what I was paying. And do I get all the things that I need right now? No. I mean, you've punished me and punished me and punished me. There's one thing that my ex-wife did say to me when she left. What was coming out of her mouth is she said that she wanted me to feel pain. Well, you know what? The man doesn't feel the labor pains. That's not how it's supposed to be. The man doesn't feel those. That's not what happens. Look in the Bible. The woman feels the labor pains because of what she did in the garden when the snake tempted her. So that pain is not for us to feel. And when you wish that upon a man, then things get very, very, very tragic. All I ask is for this country to review the child support laws and the Deadbeat Parent Act and stop punishing people. My whole family is going to be affected by this. Everything. This is punishment. Stop punishing people over money. If I was a millionaire right now, you'd never hear this story. You never get these images by day. You never hear me struggle trying to come up with something when all I've had was a couple pieces of bread and a sandwich. Okay, so I had something, right? But if you're watching this right now, you're probably snacking on something, okay? And you're probably getting nutrition. That's what I'm asking, is just review it. Plus the pandemic, it's killing everybody anyway. Corona's killing everybody anyway. It's putting people in danger. Child support laws are putting men in danger. They're endangering their lives. For what? For money? Or for punishment? So we can get the punishment out? My mom's old house had a lamp like that. It's pretty cool. I like these kinds of things. You can see the wind blowing, causing the light to change on the front yard. Well, we got the 2 dogs and the drink. It came to 4 or something. I don't support a few things, but I can't prove everything. But they say in the end, truth will prevail. So the truth will prevail. We'll find out the reason why all this happened. I just left QT. And annoyance is one of the things that the enemy can do against you. He can keep annoying. Thank you, Lord, for the hot dog. And the Q2 drink. It's October 10th. It's kind of a wrap. When you're hungry, it's always good. So even QT hot dogs are good when you're hungry.